If you are curious about how can you make an impact on people's lives, in people's lives, while making an income in a flexible way, whether from home or in your, whether virtually or in person, or just fitting around your schedule, whether it's a side income, whether it's a supplement to your income, whether it's paying for your essential oil product or replacing your income entirely, I think this episode is for you. In the last 6 years now of really leading and sharing about essential oils, I have created income and impact. And it's been such a joy to really support more women, more homes, more families in using beautiful natural solutions like doTERRA essential oils for their health, home, and family. And I am in a season of really looking and calling out for the women who want to do the same. Me and Angie talk about this in this episode, but I think so many of us think that we need to have tons of business experience. We need to have tons of time. But really, as Angie and I talk about in this episode, you really just need a heart of consistency and commitment, and you'll learn along the way. Neither of us thought we would ever start our own business, but here we are. All right. So this episode is a replay of a part 3 of a series I did of my Kickstart Your Essential Oils Journey series, where me and my oils friend and mentor, Angie O'Toole, just shared our experiences with sharing doTERRA essential oils with other women. And for Angie, the last 8 or 9 years, for me, for the last 6 or 7 years. And just how it's blessed us, how it's we've obviously built a relationship together, but so many relationships and all these other things ways that we've grown, but really how we've created income for our family in a way that is honorable and in a way that is changing people's health and lives. And so definitely take a listen to this episode if you're curious about how, Angie and I, and even how doTERRA can really help you create an income and impact that you crave and that you want. And then you're gonna want to be sure to reach out to me and to book an essential oil business consult, just so we could talk, just so you can share where you're at, where you want to be, and I can just share with you how this might fit into your life. All right. So enjoy this episode, and please reach out if you're curious or interested at all, whether on Instagram or on Facebook. And I can't wait to share more with you. You're listening to the Madewell Women podcast, and I am Brianna Wilkerson, your host. For over half my life, I really had to pay attention to my relationship with food, with my body, and with myself. As a young girl, I just started to find my worth in my weight and my work. And I really started to define my beauty, my body, and my value in all of those things. And that led to a very not healthy way of eating, not healthy way of taking care of myself. But when I started to realize that my worth was not in my weight, and that healthy living did not have to be so depriving, but it could actually be joyful, that's when I found freedom and breakthrough. And it has been my mission ever since to help women do the same. So Madewell Women is about helping other women find peace with food, create healthy habits, and use essential oils confidently. So you're going to find solo episodes, you're going to find guest interviews from time to time, and really you're just going to find a space where I can talk to you from heart to heart, woman to woman, to really support you in creating your version of food freedom, finding healthy habits that support you and your life, and using essential oils to support you along the way. And as I mentioned, I'm an essential oils lover and I'm an advocate with doTERRA, and I really want to help more and more women and homes use essential oils for your health and for women's health, their family, and their homes. So I'm so glad you're here and so glad to support you. Before you go and listen to the episode, I want you to do a couple things. One, make sure you join the Madewell Women's Health community. This is a space where you can unpack these episodes and get support on your journey, as well as follow me on Instagram, because I share all about behind the scenes of my own life there as well. All right, enjoy the episode, and I can't wait to get to know you more and support you. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. It is Brianna here from Madewell Women. Excited today to kind of wrap up our Kickstart Your Essential Oils Journey series with part 3, talking about sharing essential oils and building a business, if you so wish, with essential oils. So part 1, we talked about getting started with essential oils and the benefits of becoming a wholesale customer. Part 2, we talked about how to use essential oils in your everyday life and how to use them daily. And then today we're wrapping up talking about, the next step, really sharing essential oils with others. And getting income from that in the process. And so I'm excited to be joined by Angie O'Toole, which is one of my great friends and mentors in doTERRA, actually. And so I'm going to wait for her to jump on, but we will kind of keep this short to the point. But we have really enjoyed building a friendship, a relationship, and really getting to build our businesses and family and lives together through doTERRA. And so I'm going to invite Angie to come on and we will get started. Let's see here. I think I did it right. Yeah, there we go.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Happy to be with you.
I know. I had a good trip. I know you were, I was jealous. I was like, oh,
yes.
The water was so amazing there.
It was great. I'm
So
happy
good.
to be back, though. This was something I was looking forward to this week. So
Yeah,
great.
me too. Well, yeah, I think we could just get started then. For those that don't, we'll introduce ourselves. Even, we've done the live every month for the last 3 months, and it's been really fun. And so we'll just introduce ourselves, a little bit about our story with doTERRA, and then we'll dive into why we started sharing doTERRA. So Angie, I'll have you go first.
Okay, great. Yes. So I started sharing doTERRA really, I would say, for 2 different reasons. And I've been sharing the oils now, gosh, I think about 8 years. So it feels like weird to say that. It's been a really long time. And I've had seasons of sharing a lot and then sharing a little, and, it ebbs and flows for me. But yes, I started really sharing them out of a heart of, these are amazing. They have changed my life. And specifically, I had postpartum depression and a lot of anxiety, pretty significant anxiety around the time our son was born, kind of when I was pregnant with him and then after he was born. And there were a lot of things going on, and that's another conversation for another day. But oils were a huge part of my journey of coming out of that. And I think I just felt very compelled, like, if these can help me, they can help other women and other people who are struggling with depression, with anxiety, in that way as well. And then also just seeing that other health benefits. Like, I was able to, I think, 3 times go through my medical cabinet and just like start gradually throwing things away. And for a long time, I held on to certain things like, oh, just in case I might need this. But then, another 2 years would go by and I didn't use it, and I had just supplemented using oil. So that was really inspiring for me to be able to share with other people and feel like, even though I'm not, a medical provider or some super smart person, I am able to use these and I'm able to get them into other homes as well. And then the other piece for me was when I started sharing, we really needed the finances. That was like a huge motivator for me. And also, I'm the type of person where it helps me to keep score just with myself. Like, okay, I'm, making this much or bringing this much in to help our family or getting my oils paid for every month or whatever it was. Just to have some goals to kind of work on. That is just how I'm geared. So I really liked that component, and it has been so helpful and such a blessing to our family over the years.
Yeah. I love your story. And I think most of the people that I meet who share doTERRA starts from a personal experience and just feeling really kind of obligated. Like, maybe this could help someone else. Like, it's helped me. And so that's where we from that space. And I think what's really cool about what you're saying, like, I think a lot of people approach starting a business or anything like that thinking that they need tons of experience in business. They need to go to get their MBA, and they need to have all this background. And really, it's like, especially the way doTERRA is set up, is that you really just need to love the product and be willing to share that with people. And then you'll learn everything else from there, right?
Yes.
So I love that. And yeah, I guess my story even started similarly from personal experience, struggling with a lot of pain and tension in my wrist that even after doing physio and all things, it was just taking a long time to get better. And I got introduced to a couple different oils and blends that really helped relieve the tension in a way that things had nothing had done that before. And so it made me curious, like, what are these oils? Because people had talked, I've heard about essential oils. And so it's like, what are they? What do they really do? Because as far as I know, they're just great for stress and sleep. Like, what else can they do, right? And so just really doing some research and then learning more about doTERRA, like when I met you, and just really seeing like, wow, this company is a lot more than just about
selling oils to you. It's really about health and wellness, but also it's about like really caring for even the people on the other side of the bottle, the people that are producing the oil for us. So we'll talk more about that. But yeah, I just think I was blown away by the values that the company had, and even myself as a health, how they, again, value different areas of health and wellness that I believed in as well. And so for me, I actually, I actually started right away intending to share, just because I was starting my health coaching business around the time, trying to like offer something else to clients. And I don't regret it at all. I think a lot of people think, oh, I need to use the oils for like 2, 3, 4 years and get familiar. But it's like, no, you can dive straight on in. I'm teaching my first class literally after just getting my oils, maybe like a week before, going through the little sheet. I didn't know a whole lot. I knew my story and I knew like what this said. And so again, and you'll learn more along the way, but I just think we can remove that barrier that you need to know everything to start about the oil.
Yes. And like one of the things, just to tag along with that, you don't have to know everything, and you don't have to be like come super salesy all of a sudden. Like that was one of the things that really scared me, which for you, it might have not been as scary. Like you were already starting a health coaching business, and in a lot of ways, you're already asking people for money to coach them or whatever. For me, I was so petrified of like that conversation point of like, okay, now if you want to use these, you have to buy them. And I really want you to buy them through me.
Right.
And so that has been really a point of growth for me. Just getting over that mindset of it's bad to do, but rather, you know what, I'm helping these people to bring health tools into their lives that they might not have access to. Like I might be the only person that's really going to offer it in such a way that it's a tangible invite where they can say yes to it, and they can really change the trajectory of their family and their own individual life. So you don't have to be like a big salesperson or like get all weird with your friends or anything to do this.
Right. I released a podcast today talking about running a wellness business as a mom and a woman, and really talking about that. Like, I think we get hung up on like selling, like, because as women, we care. We just want to like make sure these people, like our friends, our family, but the reality is we can only, especially with a product, we can only share so much of it before they need it by themselves. And I think there comes a point where I started to see that what you're saying, like sales is inviting. It's like, I'm just inviting you to get your health informed by these things, and you can say yes or no, but it does take investment. I think is what you're saying. Like we all need to invest something, whether it's time, energy, finances, if we want to experience transformation in our health, or what you were saying, even with your finances, right? And so love that we talked about that. But yeah, so that's kind of like our why, like why we have chosen to continue to share doTERRA. Angie for 8 years, me for around 6. And, but it's changed over time, even our capacity to give to doTERRA, why we still keep doing it. For me, it really did start as like a side kind of hustle, like a way to just help my clients if they wanted it, get my product paid for. But over the years, it's now become the main thing that I'm doing, right? And you're allowed to kind of do that, but also allowed to go backwards. So I think some people think like, oh my gosh, if I say yes to building this business, I need to like just forget everything. I need to give all my time, all my money. But really, it's like you did a couple hours a week, you'll still grow, right? And so let's just remove that, even that also myth and objection as well. So, but Angie, there are tons of other essential oil companies out there. There are tons of the network marketing companies. Why should people partner with doTERRA when they're trying to share essential oils or build a doTERRA business?
Yeah. So I'll just share, like, from my personal experience, the things that really attracted me, and I'll try to be brief with it, but I love doTERRA, so hopefully I can keep it brief. I really did love what you referenced earlier, that the people on the other side of the bottle, so these are the growers, the harvesters, the people actually like producing the plant product and processing it before it ends up in one of our pretty little bottles. I love that doTERRA pays those people 7 to 10 times higher amounts of money than the average essential oil company out there. Because these people, I mean, for one thing, we're demanding a lot. We're demanding the highest standard of product because we want to have that at doTERRA. So we're demanding that. So, we should pay them more for that. But also, truly, a lot of people live in poverty all over the world. And these are countries, like these are a lot of poverty stricken countries that a lot of the product come from. So to know that by sharing the oils here stateside, or, you know, like you share a lot in Cayman, and we've done a little bit there too, and other places around the world, like we are really benefiting some of these countries where people truly need it, and empowering them to be able to better provide for their livelihood and their families. So that is just like intrinsically to me, that really speaks volumes to me. And I love doTERRA for that. Also, the way that doTERRA has structured their pay structure, if they will, they really incentivize you to partner and like help the people who are part of your organization. So it's not so much just like, I care about my customer and I'm going to support them, or like, hey, Brianna, I, you know, enrolled you and now I'm going to support and help you. But also like, if you shared with a friend who shared with a friend and now they want to build a business, I am incentivized to help that person as well. And I really, really love that, because it builds a really great team culture and allows for really, I guess, just as you're managing your time, it's worthwhile to build into other people and not just have like a selfish mindset with things, which I just love that. And then I think the quality is unmatched. And I can say that with confidence. Like, I have researched, and my husband, who's a doctor, has researched like other essential oil companies. And like, we really chose doTERRA initially and continue to choose doTERRA because we believe that the quality is unmatched. And they're very transparent in all of their, you know, just their bottling and their practices and stuff. So, yeah, so quality, healing hands, and giving back to the people that actually produce the product. And then the way that the pay structure is set up just builds great team community.
Yeah, what you're saying too, just like the culture of the company is one, it's more than just about, let's just sell these oils and give you the life of your dream, you know, hashtag freedom, hashtag financial freedom, whatever. It's really like, okay, how can we help someone who really needs it through an essential oil on both sides of the bottle, but also how do we just actually create a movement about health and wellness and about, you know, caring for one. Really, like, we can't do this world and this life alone, and we even play a part in whether they're on our team or whether they're like in Haiti making vetiver, like we really care for one another as well. And so, I mean, I love that too. And I think I loved their commitment to purity, as you're talking about, just like how much they test their oils, like the 7-8 step process of even making sure that when someone sends them vetiver, it's like it has the right chemistry. It doesn't have any contaminants or adulteration. So you are getting a pure product, so that we can trust that the lavender you're using at home and the lavender I'm using at home is the same quality, and it should work the same. Obviously, every oil works in everyone differently, but I just think that, and that's not cheap either. Like, so I think when people think about, okay, commitment to purity, sourcing from all around the world isn't the cheapest either. It's very easy to grow your own stuff, right? But the way that doTERRA is so intentional and like just making sure that they're not going to offer us something, one, they can't sustain it, or two, it's not high quality, like vanilla, for example. Everyone's excited that we finally have vanilla after 13 years, but it took 13, 14 years before doTERRA offered that, because they wanted to make sure that they got the highest quality possible from the source, and that they had the infrastructure in place to continue to support those people as well. And so, yeah, their commitment to, that even the sustainability, co-impact sourcing. And then I think for me, even their healing hands work, their nonprofit leg of the organization. And oh my gosh, just like all the amazing initiatives that they fight, you know, human trafficking, like making sure that girls in certain countries who, when they have their period, are considered clean, can go to school, and like just like awesome things that I think you and I just naturally care about as well. And so it really is like a huge movement of, again, just like, if you want to partner with anyone to really see the world transform, it's like, that's a good company to partner with.
I agree.
Yeah. So we love all of that. And, but you know, so there are tons of doTERRA wellness advocates, and we are grateful for every single wellness advocate that's sharing out there. So I think a lot of times I try to share with people but why, like, partner with me as your, I don't know, your mentor, or just helping you build or whatever. or why partner with us, because as Angie's saying, if you're partnering with me, her, and vice versa, like we really help each other, you know? And so, Angie, why do you think like that our team is a good team for people to partner with if they want to share oils, build a business?
Yeah. Well, I would say overall our team just has kind of what we're both talking about, like that compelled to help mindset. It's not just like, oh, we're doing this because like for me, it is at this point a lot more than just getting a paycheck from doTERRA. But we genuinely want to help.
I can't hear you. There we go. Yeah.
Sorry. Technology thing on my end, I think. Okay. But yes, so I don't know where I cut out there, but basically we're going to do everything we can to support people, whether it's, hey, you want to build a business and you want to make money from that. We know that's possible. We can help you do that. We've been doing that for years now. Or whether it is, you want to learn more yourself so you can better support your customers. We can help you with that as well. And I think for me, like if I get a text message at 10 p.m., somebody's kid has an ear infection, what do you do? Like, as long as I see that text and I'm still awake, I'm going to do everything I can to reply to that person in their moment of need. Or if you're building a business and you're like, oh my goodness, somebody asked me this question. I think they're about ready to enroll with me and I don't know how to answer it. And it's 10 p.m. I'm going to do everything I can to answer and reply to you so that I can help you grow your business. And I know that you have the same mind. And I just, I just love that. And I love the heart of helping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, what's interesting, even what you're saying, is that heart of help, heart of desire to see other people grow, whether it's growing through knowledge of oils, whether it's growing through even personal development. I mean, I think a lot of people, running a business is tough, but like you have to grow with it, right? Especially for like the one leading it, right? And so that personal development, we take very seriously over here. It's not just with business, but growing in every area. Like I ask Angie all the time motherhood questions. She's a pro, in my opinion. I'm learning. So that personal growth is something that we value here, and that we're going to really help you with as well. And we've both had people who have either customers or advocates who've enrolled under other people who've said, hey, I'm not being as supported. Can I be supported by you? And we were like, are you sure? We don't want to take anyone, but I think that speaks to the power of how we serve and how we educate and how we lead, is that we're really and supporting you. Again, regardless of what path you take, and we'll talk about the different paths people take in a little bit, but whether it's just for paying you for your product, whether it's you want to supplement income, or whether it's we completely replace your income, like we'll be with you every step of the way, but it will take dedication from you. So I'm handing it over to Angie to talk about what does it really take.
Yeah, let me get my notes here.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so basically, kind of you're alluding to it, like you can do different, you can do anything. I mean, I know people who are making millions of dollars a year on doTERRA, and I know people who are getting part of their oils paid for every month by sharing the oils. And it really does come down to consistency and time. And not to say like you have to dump hours in, but if you're consistent over time, you will be able to build something. And that is just, again, whatever you're shooting for. So for me, when I started like 8 years ago, I was shooting to basically replace income. And so my husband and I, as we were growing our other business, like our brick and mortar business, we did live off of our income from doTERRA for 2 whole years. And that was really powerful for us. I mean, doTERRA was such a blessing for us in that way. So I'm personal living testimony that you can do that. And, you know, but it didn't start with that. It wasn't just like, ooh, boom, like I start and okay, now we're just making full-time income. Like it took a couple years for us to build to that point. And I probably could have done it faster if I had had more time, but I have 5 kids, and I've had, I think, 4 of them since I've been using the oils, and 3 of them since I started building the business. So it's ebbed and flowed for me on my time commitment. But we will help you. We will hold your hand through what that looks like for you. The important thing to really know is like, what is your goal? So if your goal is, I want to, you know, I want to earn $500 to put toward groceries every month, then we can work with you on like, okay, what does that look like time-wise for you? For you, maybe that looks like you're going to start at putting like, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours a week into it. Or maybe you want to be doing that by like 2 months from now, so you need to put more time into it. So kind of timeline and then actual goal that you have is going to be really important for that. And just being available and consistent and showing up and doing work, even when you don't feel like it. That is huge. And that is where I've seen so many people start doTERRA businesses over the last 8 years since I've been doing it. And they are like all in at first, you know, for maybe like 2 or 3 months. And then they just kind of taper off because they realize this actually takes some work. This actually isn't like a get rich quick scheme. It is a business that you're building from the ground up that you have tools for. You don't have to design graphics. You don't have to, you know, source a product or bottle it or anything. Like everything is at your disposal, which is amazing. But then also it is, you are a wellness advocate. You are needing to connect people you know or people you meet to this product. So that just takes dedication and consistency to do that.
Yeah, I really love what you're saying. Like I think we've heard this often. We have to be careful of like what you're saying, quick fix, like make a lot of money in one thing, which is not sustainable. Versus like there's a story of a man who like had to haul buckets, right? Just like had to go, in some countries they still do, they have to go somewhere get water. But he's like, what if I build a pipeline so that the water could come to us, which is what we experience every day when we go use the water, right? But that took him like a year or 2 to build that pipeline. And it's the same thing with doTERRA. It's really about, yes, you can make money right away, but the gold is, or the beauty part, the best part is when you're having that sustainable income coming in, and which just takes time, and depending on how much time you have to give it right away, you know. So for me, for 5.5 years, doTERRA was always kind of like the side thing. My coaching was the main thing. So I made money off of it, but I didn't put as much hours, and I was okay with that because that's what I wanted. Now in this season, I'm down and saying like, this is actually where I think I could help people from a coaching and oils perspective. And so I've been putting a little bit more time, and it's definitely led to more growth, more customers, more people engaged. I'm having tons of fun, and like obviously more income with that. And so even me as a mom of a 2-year-old and then one on the way, it's like my time is still kind of limited. And so I know though, like if I want to reach a certain place, I just need more time. And it may not be the season for me to do that, right? So just knowing all of that just helps with healthy expectations. And I think that's what Angie's saying. We just need to go into this with the right expectations, but also know that you have to put in the consistency and work. And so it does take time. It does take consistency and perseverance, and it does take money. Like you do have to like buy out of product, which i.e. is going to be your own product that you're using. So it shouldn't be a problem. And it's not a lot. Like I have ran my coaching business for 6 years, and I invested way more money into that than I have into doTERRA. And that's just because of the different programs and courses I've done with that. But doTERRA has tons of education resources for you, even in the business side, that they did not have when Angie was starting or when I was starting. And so there's a lot of even free resources or really like cost-effective resources available for you to build your business. And so it will take some money in investment, but honestly the money investment is on you buying product, which hopefully it's your product, and maybe a little extra to give as gifts. And so it really it's actually phenomenal how little you invest financially in the beginning to really get up and going.
Yes, I would echo that completely. And especially having a brick and mortar business with thousands a month just for the rent, let alone utilities and staff and like all of that. Like It's just beautiful to be able to like walk into kind of a prepackaged business.
Right.
Yeah, prepackaged business that you can really just go into and have all the tools and resources that you need. Not to mention then the support people like us to help you with your own personal goals and like, how am I going to use this support tool to actually like help me reach customers?
Right. Exactly. And so, yeah, so I guess for you guys watching or listening, whenever you're doing this, whether it's right, you're live with us or, you know, you're listening in later, watching the replay, we would love to hear from you, or just for you to think about if you wanted to share essential oils, partner with us in doing that. What is your goal? Is it to just kind of get your oils paid for? Like you just love, in the beginning, I just want to buy so much product each month because it's just, I use it. First of all, it's not like I'm just buying a bunch of oils and they're just, I'm buying stuff I use or I've completely replaced so many other things, as Angie's saying, in my household. But maybe you want to like supplement income. Maybe you need an extra $500 or $1,000 a month, especially with the gas prices right now. Maybe you need a little to help support you and your family. Or maybe you're like, you know what, I really want to find a business that I'm passionate about and be able to replace my other income because I want more flexibility, like to be with my kids, to travel and do this online or in person or in Cayman or in Iowa or all these different places. Really think about that. And as we're saying, there are so many ways of streams of income that doTERRA even provides. I want to get here, but there's tons of ways for you to make income, but it really just starts with you sharing and caring. Actually, just, you know, anyone can buy a kit. Anyone can buy a first set of oils, but it's really here we have seen our businesses grow, but also people just be transformed is when we're consistently when we're consistently in their lives, showing them how to use the oils. So that does take time, right? And the follow-up with that. So yeah, we would just suggest, if you guys have any questions for anyone who's on live, please let us know. But if you are connected with Angie and you want to talk more about sharing and building and you're curious about what that looks like, please reach out to her, message her on Instagram, or if you have her number, or if you have her email her that way. If you're connected with me, please reach out to me because, yeah, we're just in a season of wanting to like see other women blessed the way we've been through sharing doTERRA. And so please reach out if you have any questions. Even share your hesitations or your objections with us. We're not afraid of that. We probably had the same ones too. We're not saying you have to like rope you in. Like I had people who have had calls with the last few weeks that I was just sharing with them, and then they're going to decide. You know, you don't have to decide right there and then. So don't be scared to reach out.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes, and I would say one kind of final thought that I've been having through this is like one of the beauties of this particular business and this particular product is that it is a consumable product. So you're not selling jewelry, selling, just other like clothing. There are some awesome companies out there that provide amazing products in those types of realms. But this is a product that people will use and they're going to use up the bottle and they're going to need to buy it again. And once you've sold it to them once, they're like forever connected with you unless they like go roundabout and make a change in that. But they don't like select every time that they order, oh, this time I'm going to order from this person. Mm-hmm. So your investment in telling that friend and maybe sharing a sample of your oil that you got, hey, see if this works. And if you want more, connect with me. And then they buy it from you, then they're connected with you in that way. So the consumability is so awesome because you're going to have repeat customers because the product works and people love it. And then the other thing is just, this is the perfect time. Everyone is used to doing Zoom. They're used to these Instagram lives. Like our world, because post-COVID has really gone electronic. And also like because of COVID and just the different things that people are aware of in the world now, people are more in tune with their health and their need to make proactive health choices. And all of doTERRA's products are going to be geared toward proactive health choices or like in the moment of crisis health choices that you can make. So this is truly a needed product. It's not a frivolous one. It's not something like where the economy dips right now. I'm not worried. My business isn't seeing a dip because of that, because people are still using their oils. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. Like, This is something that's here to stay and not going away if, as things in the economy or the world change.
Yeah, I love that. And I even love what, another thought that came to my mind is, you mentioned basically like we can do this anyway, right? You can choose to have classes or share with people in person. We can do it virtually. doTERRA even has a lot of stuff up. Maybe you're like, I'm not familiar with, how do I even log into Zoom still? After 2.5 years, or social media, like doTERRA even now has tons of resources. And obviously like we both used all of those throughout the years so that we could support you. But I think as we wrap up, I just think another thing that I hear often, like an objection is like, I don't have a lot of people that I'm connected to, or I don't have a lot of people who would be interested in. And you'd be surprised, as Angie's saying, like how many people you actually know. Maybe you don't talk to everyone regularly, but how much people you know and how many people would be open to really just hearing the conversation. I think it's like a very small percentage of even America, let alone the world, actually use doTERRA. We think it's everywhere because we know, but it's actually a very small percentage. And so it was just like baffles me because it's like there's such great products. And so, yeah, I think don't be scared of like the fear of I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have that's just a scarcity mindset. And we've all had to work on that. But even if you can change 1 or 2 or 3 lives, it's like they know people. And that's the thing. That's what we call it network marketing. It's like we're all just kind of connecting with different networks. Someone knows someone who knows someone who knows someone, right? So just move that objection out of your mind anyways. But yes, please reach out to us if you're connected with Angie and you're interested either in getting started with oils or sharing them or building a business. Please reach out to her. Or even if you're on her team already, you want to move to that next step. And the same with me, please reach out. And then we are doing something special to kind of I'll wrap this series up, doing kind of my last shebang before. I mean, I could have the baby at any point. I thought I was having a baby. So we're doing a giveaway here on Instagram, actually starting tomorrow for 7 days. We're each going to be giving away, it's going to be the same, but we're each giving away one of those. And we're really excited. I've had different people guessing or saying things they would want. So you have to stay around each day here on Instagram. And it's going to be very simple to enter, but you want to make sure you check both me and Angie's profile each day starting tomorrow, next Tuesday, for the potential to win the oil. Maybe you're watching, I haven't even gotten started with doTERRA. I would love to experience the oil first. Well, this might be your chance to experience and learn along the way. Okay.
Yeah.
And you wanted to say, Jane's excited about giveaways.
Yay. So are we.
Yeah. Great. So are we. Yeah. All right. Well, are there any questions for anyone joining? Again, if you let us know, just let us know here in the comments, or feel free to reach out to us in our personal message and we'll go from there. All right.
Awesome. Great to be with you, Brianna.
Yes. Great to be with you always. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Are you curious about essential oils and how they can actually support your health, home, and family in a natural and effective way? Maybe you've dabbled with oils before, but aren't sure where to get started and how to even be supported in the process of integrating them into your life. But maybe you're also in a season of looking for additional income for your family and want to do it in a way that impacts people's lives and fits your lifestyle and schedule. If so, I really encourage you to check out my 3-part Kickstart Your Essential Oils Journey series. This is a live series that I did that now you can access at any point, where there was 3 different parts, which aligned with the 3 different ways that I support women on their essential oils journey. The first is getting started. And typically that's getting started as a wholesale customer that gives you a lot of benefits. And really get picking essential oils that really can support you and your family. The second part is actually now that you have them, how do you use them? And when you replace them, how do you get them in the most cost-effective way? And we talk about that in part 2. And then part 3 is for those who are interested in sharing essential oils with others, either to pay for their own product, to supplement their income, or replace their income. And so when you sign up for this series, you'll get access to the first part the day after you sign up, and then every week from that point you'll get part 2 and part 3, just to kind of spread it out for you so that you can kind of learn a little bit and go from there. But as always, reach out if you have questions. Actually take time to watch the trainings. They're about 30 to 45 minutes, and really let essential oils be the gift that they can be to you and your family. All right. So sign up for this free series at madewell345.com/oils kickstart, or go to the show notes. All right. I'll see you soon. Friend, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you are just inspired to know that as a woman, you can do anything, and you can start a business. You can be a top leader. You can be you can make an impact no matter what you do. But I would really want to invite you to partner with me to do that through doTERRA, to really grow personally as a leader, to grow professionally, but also to make an impact and an income. So please reach out on Instagram or social or Facebook, or book a call so we can chat about what that would look like for you. And I can answer all your questions, and you can see if it's a fit or not, And then we can go from there. So please don't hesitate. I'm looking for 2 to 3 more team members to really jump in with me, share these powerful gifts, and make an impact. All right, I'll talk to you later. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Madewell Women podcast and enjoyed whether it was me and a solo episode or my guest thoughts on really how to help you live a healthy life and to be made well. But before you go, I want to make sure you know you're not alone. These podcasts are meant to be inspirational. They're meant to support you as you're going about your daily life. But where I have found the most transformation is one-on-one support, but also community. So make sure you join the Madewell Women's Health community, where you can process this podcast and get support in whatever aspect of a Madewell journey you're on. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram, because there you're going to also be able to see behind the scenes and just how I live my own Madewell woman life. All right. Can't wait to support you. Can't wait to get to know you more. And again, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Please rate, review it. Let me know how it was for you. And the more people that rate and review the podcast, the more women that could see it. All right. That's it. Bless you. And I'll see you on the next episode.